Welcome back, everybody, to another Real Chums initial thoughts and impressions. Today, we're going to be talking about the movie If. But before we do so, be sure to like, and if you haven't yet, subscribe. Here at Real Chums, we have a weekly podcast that comes out on Saturdays. We do weekly movie news where we talk about the latest news in the industry, trailer reactions, and we do much more. So, welcome, and let's talk If. This movie, directed and written by John Krasinski, follows a young girl who, after going through a difficult life experience, begins to see everyone's imaginary friends who have been left behind as their real life friends, they call them, begin to grow up. Kaylee knocks it out of the park. A lot of the movie's emotional beats really rely on her to deliver them. And she does it. She plays this young, I think she's 13 or 12, this young 12-year-old girl that, after these life experiences, has become a bit cynical, right? She's growing up, losing that spark that we all have, that imaginative side, and has become a bit of a kind of a grumpy grumps. But she hits those emotional beats really well as the comedic beats, right? Whether she's acting across with Ryan Reynolds or John Krasinski, or even with one of the imaginary friends, she is able to deliver these comical beats really well. There's a wonderful musical number in the middle of this movie that just hits really well, and she also does a choreography wonderfully. So kudos to her. I'm excited to see more of her as she continues to grow, take on other roles, and see how she develops and really harnesses her acting abilities. So kudos to her. She's wonderful in this movie. Let's talk Ryan Reynolds. He was actually great. I think lately, Ryan Reynolds tends to be a bit to Ryan Reynolds, right? Which is fine. He's like a mixture of Deadpool and Ryan Reynolds in everything. Adam Project was wonderful. I enjoy that, but he's just he either plays Deadpool in all of his movies or a bit of a smartass in all of his movies. And here, that was toned down. He really brings a lot of heart into his performances. He's a bit more muted, not in his acting, but in just in how he approaches this character of Cal. Cal is also a bit of a cynic, right? He's an adult, he's a grown up. He isn't quite sure of what Beast, our lead, her purpose is, and he's just kind of given up. And he, because of that characterization, he's not being Ryan Reynolds, right? Being in your face, and that's okay. I prefer this at times because it just hits better and it plays along better with the movie. Not that there's anything wrong with him being Deadpool all the time. It's nice to have had Ryan Reynolds really approach this character differently than what he has approached the last like seven characters, which is just a bit too much of Ryan Reynolds. But it was wonderful. I really liked him in this movie. It was just a breath of fresh air for him. Now, the story really plays well. At times, it does slow down, but that's okay, just because it is trying to address deeper, more emotional themes than just a kids' movie, right? What I like about it is that this movie definitely is targeted for adults because of the messages, the themes that it's addressing. However, it has enough there for kids to stay engaged. I think there will be times where kids maybe get a little bit bored or check out. The movie reminds me a lot of Hook, Spielberg's Hook, right? A movie really addressing adult themes, but there's enough there for kids. Or a Pete's Dragon, the 2016 live action Pete's Dragon, or even most recently Christopher Robin, right? Stories for adults that have grown up, but there's enough there to captivate a younger audience. And this movie does that perfectly. Yeah, it will slow down, but depending on how your kids react to these, I think it'll be enough. The movie really builds up to a big climatic emotional event that I think could have landed slightly better. The reveal is beautiful, it's wonderful, it hits home, and because of that, I really enjoy this movie. I love this aspect of John Krasinski, who keeps writing and directing these love letters to his children. I'm all for it. I'm sappy like that. I'll take it. I had a great time with this movie. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. It's matinee worthy for sure, but definitely check it out when it comes to digital or out on Blu-ray. This movie deserves a solid 7.5, an 8. And I think this movie will get better over time. I think the more viewings that I watch it, the more I'm going to enjoy it. Anyway, those are my thoughts on If. If you've seen it, what did you think of it? Did it resonate? Did it hit for you? If you haven't yet, be sure to watch it. Again, like, subscribe, new episodes every week, trailer reactions. Be sure to comment below and let us know your thoughts, and we'll catch you on the next one.